Come on, 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 come on. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Again, another treadmill day, another great treadmill day. I understand, man. Back before when I living in Maryland, the treadmill used to give it all. That was the treadmill. This was the time of year where I was on the treadmill literally every single night. Back when I worked at it's an overnight gym named Spunk Fitness. It's no longer in business, but every single night I worked that overnight shift. I get on that treadmill and do an hour minimum, just knock out a quick hour on the treadmill. And it's now easier and easier and easier to just knock out a quick hour on the treadmill and pump it up. When you get weather like this, it takes away from the sweat, and that's what I really want to do. I want to sweat it out, get that thing and sweat it out. All right. So all that being said, as far as today's Move Swiftly thought, I'm going to dive into this Jimmy Butler situation. And again, neither me or you, unless you are Pat Riley or Jimmy Butler, you do not know the details of it. All right. I get everyone. We're paid to give our opinion, and everyone's going to have their opinion, especially it being the Miami Heat, which is the basketball team that I support. I've been supporting them since I lived in Maryland, and a big D Wade fan and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to address the situation from an outsider looking in and just explain to you, look, plain and simple, no one could debate this. This is why the NBA is losing its value. This is why people have grown tired, including myself, have grown absolutely tired of the NBA. Because on one end, listen, I get it. You, Jimmy Butler, you have taken the team to 2 NBA finals. Now, again, you're not doing it by yourself. Obviously, you got Bam, you got Tyler Hero, you got certain guys, you got a culture, you got a coaching staff, you got a management team in place, a championship organization in place to make it so you get to have the shine. But at the end of the day, you're him. You're the guy, you're a go-to guy in crunch time, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He was the main guy in a lot of those finals runs, especially those years when we beat Boston. We beat Boston and we beat Milwaukee, number 1 seeds, teams that we were expected to lose to in the playoffs, and you were able to pull out a victory. Got to give him credit for that. At the same time, from the outside looking in, you can see where you're aging. You're aging, and this is Pat Riley. This ain't no, pushover. This ain't no pushover VP, a pushover front office guy that you're dealing with. You're dealing with Pat Riley, author of Winner Within, the guy. Showtime Lakers. Did his thing with the net. He's one of the legends, one of the historical figures in the game of basketball, and he knows how to build a winner. He knows how to build a solid team. And if he ain't giving you what you want, it's obvious that there's a reason for that. So you just got to understand that that's the case. And if you're from the outside looking in, whether you're looking at it from the player's perspective or you're looking at it from the business owner's perspective, you got to understand both sides. And then here's what I do. I'll tell you how it looks overall from the fans' perspective. It just the whole league loses its value, because what's going to end up happening is he's going to leave, or he's just going to bullshit and do what he wants to do because he's done this. He did it in Chicago. Remember him actually being on camera saying, look, it's either going to be that coach or me. Did it in Chicago, did it in Minnesota. I believe he did it in Philly. It seems like everywhere he goes, there's an issue. There's some sort of dispute where you're not happy. You're not being utilized the way you want to be utilized. And in my honest opinion, as a fan, you don't get to do that. And when you don't have any championships, you don't have any rings. So you don't get to demand certain things, seeing that you don't have a ship. I'm just telling you. And especially given how much you enjoy, I remember him when he first got to the Miami Heat, how much the culture fit his personality and fit his playing style, how much he fit into the whole Miami Heat deal. It's just kind of an eyesore, especially for a fan of the actual franchise. It just kind of gets annoying seeing that you fit so well into an organization, you fit so well into a culture. You're on camera admitting that you love South Florida, but for some reason you're not happy with the team all of a sudden. So again, the whole thing is just out of whack, and I'm not gonna act like I know the details of it. Nobody knows the details of it unless you're Pat Riley or you're Jimmy Butler. But the situation is this. Here, right now, understanding who's ever running the NBA and who's ever making the rules, hopefully this gets to you. right here, you need to start mandating some sort of rule to keep these contract disputes away from the media. You got to do something. I don't know what it is. Talk to somebody. You have the resources. You're the NBA, but you have got to do something to make it so these disputes and these conversations don't make it to the public, because when they make it to the public, ultimately the league suffers. Everyone suffers because it loses money. No one wants to watch this. I'm telling you right now, I have yet to watch an entire NBA game yet this season, all because of this kind of stuff, because it just gets so damn annoying to know that certain players, you watch them one guy and then next thing you know, he's going to be in another uniform. You get the media turning into a soap opera. It's absolutely annoying. And the minute that LeBron James decides to hang him up, there's going to be real concerns, because there's going to actually be no real reason, especially if you're talking about my generation born in '89, what's the real incentive to watch the NBA these days? It really is not a whole lot of incentive to watch the NBA especially if you're a business owner, especially if you got other things you can be doing. It just gets to the point where you get tired of these people who are complaining when they got $50-60 million coming their way, but they want more because of this dispute and that dispute. I mean, it just gets to the point where you're like, enough is enough. And that's all I got to say about the situation. Again, this right here, all of this going on, needs to be between Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler. Nobody but them should know about it, and there needs to be some stiff penalties if this kind of stuff gets out to the public. And that, in my opinion, can come from the league commission, and that can come from Adam Silver, that can come from the people that work in the league office to say, if I hear about contract disputes in the public, there's going to be stiff penalties and stiff fines. That's just the way it needs to be, because it's creating such a trashy league for anybody to tune into. All right. All that being said, main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.